So the 11/17 spoilers are crazy. Like, if you've been waiting for something really exciting to happen, well, it's finally happened, because Zoro is fighting Venusjuro in this chapter. I know that sounds like it's not true, but it is. They are actually going against each other, and I guess maybe even talking. We'll get into it. Smoker is finally returning in this chapter. We'll get into what he's doing. And we're also hearing Vegapunk talk about the D. And we're seeing the Gorosei fight against the ancient robot. So let's get into it. Sword members are recovering in a hospital. Tashigi is talking with Smoker. He will go to the hospital too. Okay, so we're cutting away from Egghead here. We haven't seen Smoker for a very long time. I honestly don't even remember the last time we saw him. The last time that I can remember, he was with Tashigi in like their ship, and he was talking to Fujitora about giving crap to Luffy for what he had did in Dressrosa and everything, because he was paralleling it to what Crocodile did in Alabasta. And we eventually found out from Tashigi that they were going to Vegapunk, because they were like bringing the giant children from Punk Hazard there. And then fast forward a bunch of chapters, because we saw her when we cut away to Hachinosu and G14 base. And no, they didn't make it to Vegapunk's, obviously, but Tashigi did help with the whole battle against the Blackbeard pirates with Garp and trying to save Kobe and everything, but there was still no Smoker at that point. So I guess when they're talking about sword members are recovering in a hospital, Tashigi talking with Smoker, he will go to the hospital too. I suppose they're at G14 base again, because, you know, the sword members, you know, recovering from the fight against the Blackbeard pirates on Hachinosu, I suppose, right? So Smoker going to G14, guess it doesn't mean that he's going to be coming to Egghead, but him coming back will be pretty cool. I don't know if he's going to get power creep like the rest of the characters, because, you know, he was kind of getting crapped on during Punk Hazard, because he's going to need some serious power creep, you know, going forward in this series, because if he doesn't, he's just going to be fodder for almost everyone. Vegapunk's message continues. Yeah, so no surprise there. Most of the previous chapter was actually Vegapunk relaying his message. Zoro versus Venusjuro. Venusjuro recognizes Zoro's Kitetsu blade. The rest of the Gorosei are surrounding the ancient robot. So this is all we're hearing about this. You know, we'll probably go way more into this, hopefully in the full summary, which probably come out tomorrow. Subscribe for that if you haven't already. I'll put my coverage out as soon as I can. But this is what we've been waiting for, because we know for sure at this point that Zoro is going to fight Venusjuro at the end of the series. I don't know if he's going to fight him before or after Mihawk, but it's going to happen somewhere around there. But Venusjuro has something to do with Wano. I suppose that he is like the defector of Wano, like he betrayed them to join Imu. And he probably has something to do with the Shimotsuki clan as well, which we know that Zoro comes from. So, you know, they were obviously destined to fight at this point. And him recognizing Zoro's Kitetsu blade is really cool, because we've been speculating about this since we, I guess, saw Venusjuro like, 20 years ago or 18 years ago or something, that he has Shodai Kitetsu. So real quick, the Kitetsu blades we were introduced to back at Logue Town, right? That's actually where Zoro got his Kitetsu blade that Venusjuro is recognizing. It's the Sandai Kitetsu. We were told that they were cursed swords. You know, the iconic sequence where he throws the sword up into the air and he wants to see if it's going to chop his arm off, and it doesn't. Well, there's at least 3 of the Kitetsu swords, and they're all graded to some extent. Like the Sandai Kitetsu is, I guess, just standard graded, and then the other Kitetsu that we saw in Wano, that purple sword that Luffy grabbed from Sukiyaki, the Nidai Kitetsu, that was like a great graded. And then the third one is implied to be what Venusjuro has, which is the Shodai Kitetsu. That's a supreme graded blade, which is the highest ranking of blades. Just to give you some insight into how significant that is, the only other supreme grade blades that we've seen so far have been Mihawk's sword Yoru, Whitebeard's staff blade thing, and then Roger's sword Ace. But yeah, we're probably not going to see any kind of definitive ending to this fight, of course, because like I said, they're going to have to fight at the end. But so we're actually getting a little more insight into this sequence, because Zoro and Venusjuro's haki clashed with a named attack, and we see black lightning. So this is pretty cool, like I've been saying. Don't know what the named attack is, doesn't really matter, but the haki clash. Black Lightning. We know that Zoro has Conqueror's Haki, of course, and, you know, all of the Gorosei definitely have Conqueror's Haki. I think that's established at this point. So, yeah, part of the course. And as for the rest of the Gorosei surrounding the ancient robot, York found out in the previous chapter that Vegapunk is very likely keeping the transponder snap that's broadcasting the message in it or around it or something. So at this point, it seems like it's probably inside of it. So we thought it was going to be a good fight because the ancient robot was like boys with Joy Boy, and it's seemingly been impervious so far, and it comes from the ancient kingdom, which has like unparalleled technology. Vegapunk has a message for those who carry the D in their names. We see Dragon, Blackbeard, Sabo, and others. So Vegapunk finally getting around to talking about D, which we knew that he eventually had to talk about. And it's really interesting that we're seeing Dragon, Blackbeard, you know, they have D in their name, but then Sabo. I guess this means that Sabo is a D. I don't really think we know anything about Sabo's name other than him being Sabo, right? So yeah, I guess Sabo's a D now, guys. Vegapunk says, from amongst you are... And then the Gorosei attack the ancient robot and the broadcast ends prematurely. All right, so the D, I'm pretty sure most of us know that the D is like Joy Boy's lineage, essentially, right? I mean, that's the implication of it. I mean, it's not confirmed yet, but it's probably like an initial that he gave to certain individuals so that his will could be passed on. D probably stands for Dawn. It seems like it's 90% at that point. Maybe it's not Dawn, but it's like these individuals have to go on to carry the Dawn, which is like basically going on to defeat Imu and the Gorosei and bring down the world government and everything, stopping the eternal night that they have brought to the world. You know, going more into like moon versus sun stuff, light versus darkness. But the Gorosei, I don't know if they're defeating the ancient robot now, but the broadcast ends prematurely, so we're not getting any info on the D clan yet. We'll probably get that in Elbath, right? Where we're going after this, which it seems very likely. Hey, but real quick, guys, you should check out Gamer Supps in case you haven't already. They're a great energy supplement that can help you with gaming, studying, or anything that really you want to do. They come in caffeine and caffeine free, and they also have nootropics in it like L-theanine, L-tyrosine, and choline L-bitartrate. So it's not just, you know, regular caffeine. It makes you really feel good and focused. And also, you're going to want to pair it with the new Gamer Supps flavor, strawberries and cream. This also has a pretty aesthetic design to it, and the taste is pretty straightforward. It's strawberries and cream, which tastes great, and if you like that flavor profile, you're gonna absolutely love this. They also have these awesome sus bars, which are only 100 calories and only has 1 gram of sugar and 8 grams of protein. My favorite flavor is the chocolate. I cannot get enough of these things. They also have gamer tea in both caffeinated and non-caffeinated. I personally really like the caffeine-free sleepy time with theanine. You can also get some of these awesome gamer soups, which I absolutely love. So guys, check the link in the description and make sure to use code BIGZ for 10% off. Thanks, guys. But like I said, we'll go way more into this in the full summary tomorrow. Let me know what you think about all this stuff in the comments. And if you liked the video, guys, please give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.